Of the attack, the Department of Education has launched investigations into alleged incidents at 7 schools across the country. They're the first investigations of this kind by the department since the attack on Israel. 6 of those schools are universities. Gary Tuckman sat down with a Jewish World War II veteran who's using his voice to teach students about the Holocaust and today's explosion of anti-Semitism.
Hilbert Margol, who lives in Atlanta, is 3 months away from his 100th birthday. Just before his 21st birthday, Army Private First Class Hilbert Margol, a Jewish soldier, was deployed to fight the Nazis in World War II.
And when the Battle of the Bulge broke out, they rushed our 3 infantry regiments as fast as they could get them over there.
The Battle of the Bulge was ending as Hilbert on the right and his late identical twin brother Howard on the left arrived in occupied France. The 2 gunners and their 42nd Rainbow Infantry Division ended up in combat and headed across the border to Germany.
We couldn't be more than 3 yards away from our howitzer because we could get fire missions morning, noon, or night.
On April 29, 1945, the brothers Margol investigated a horrible odor they smelled. After about 15 minutes walking through the woods, they saw an open train boxcar in the German city of Dachau. What did you see in the boxcar?
Nothing but deceased bodies. We had a little brownie box camera we had liberated a couple of weeks earlier, so we decided, well, let's go ahead and take a picture of that boxcar, which we did.
The brothers knew nothing about Nazi death or concentration camps, but Hilbert and Howard were among the first American soldiers on the scene. They were the liberators of the Dachau concentration camp, where more than 40,000 people were murdered by the Nazis.
Are we going walking before we eat dinner?
No, I don't feel up to it.
You don't feel up to it, okay.
Hilbert and his 94-year-old wife Betty Ann had been married for 75 years. For most of those years, he didn't talk about the war, didn't reveal his emotions. But several years ago, he was an honored guest at the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington and walked through a train boxcar exhibit.
Now, this was a very nice looking boxcar. But when I got in that boxcar to walk through it, that's when I broke down.
Hilbert Margol has since been on a mission to teach and inspire. He speaks to schools and organizations.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome for Mr. Hilbert Margol.
Late last week, it was to hundreds of students at Atlanta's St. Pius X Catholic School.
Found out later it was close to 32,000 prisoners in those barracks when we were there that Sunday morning.
But he's never considered his speeches more important than he does today because of what happened in Israel on October 7th. In all the years you've been back from war, and it's been almost 80 years, have you ever seen anti-Semitism in this country as bad as it is today?
No. I've had some incidents in growing up, Jacksonville, Florida, then in business, but nothing like it's happening now.
Hilbert's son Jerry says he's never seen his 99-year-old father struggling with his emotions like he is now.
He wants to talk about it and go a little deeper, but he can't. It's too painful to think that all this could happen over again.
If it doesn't slow down, if it doesn't change,
The anti-Semitism.
right, then who's next?
Before we left Hilbert Margol, we thanked him for his heroism.
Never considered myself a hero, because to me the true heroes are those that didn't make it back. Those are the true heroes.